All right, chat. So, guys, if you didn't hear, I talked about it a little bit, but I have had a plan for a while now to change my K truck, which got stolen and then found again, into a electric truck. I wanted to EV swap it because although I liked riding it around, unfortunately, my girlfriend hated the car and would refuse to ride in it because in her words, it smelled like butt. So anyway, that was my dream. And I told Yingling about it, and then I forgot about it. I forgot about it for probably 2 years until out of the blue, he said, dude, I figured it out. We're going to get your K-Truck EV swapped. I have this team called BigTime is doing it. But I knew I had a family member who worked at Donut Media, and I was like, okay, let's see it. Let's try it. And lo and behold, this video came to be.
This is my cousin Ludwig's Subaru Sandbar. He bought it, and then someone stole it from him.
Somebody stole it from me.
Then he stole it back from me.
It has been retrieved.
Then I took it, loaded it in the back of Bud, and then we drove it 400 miles to Arizona. And today we're back in Arizona at
That's Jeremiah. He works at, I thought he worked at Donut Media. It turns out that he used to work at Donut Media, but he switched to independent, and he works at BigTime. And yeah, he's the one. He's the one who's working on my truck.
It's the EV to
actual cousin, yeah. We were born in the same hospital.
Turn this Sandbar into the most functional, most drivable, most usable EV truck ever made in the United States of America. Welcome to BigTime. Oh yeah. This is a 19.
Okay, I didn't see that they did that to my car.
1997
Took it off road, did we?
Subaru Sandbar. It also just so happens to be owned by my cousin and childhood best friend, Ludwig. Now, Subaru has been making the Sandbar since.
Does this tell you how old the video is? Are you getting a gauge for how old this video is looking at my hair?
My cousin and
my hair's gone through like 7 phases since then.
Childhood best friend, Ludwig. Now, Subaru has been making the Sandbar since 1961. This is a 1997, so it's the 5th generation Sandbar in the truck configuration. And you can tell that it's a 5th generation by this very British style looking radiator grill.
Dude, I love how the radiator grill looks. I think it looks so sweet.
Now the engine is actually in the back, but one of the reasons people like these trucks is because of how utilitarian they are. I mean, for gosh sakes, look at this. The bed folds.
Is that what utilitarian means? That's definitely not what utilitarian means, right?
Utilitarian.
Designed to be useful or practical rather than attractive. Yeah, so I don't think it makes sense here because this car is beautiful and looks good. And is also hot.
Down on the sides as well. Also, what makes it nice and cute looking is its small, tiny wheels. These are 155 80R13. 13-inch wheels. I got a pizza bigger than that in my freaking DiGiorno freaking freezer drawer. It's a right-hand drive car, so your blinkers are on the right.
What a
kilometers per hour on the dash. It has your typical fuel gauge, water temp gauge. You have your standard service lights, warning lights, seatbelt lights, and then it has this guy right here. Could maybe even be a tire pressure sensor. We have a legit handbrake and a 5-speed transmission.
Yes, sir.
Push button 4-wheel drive. The thing about the Sandbar, it has all the standard features that you would see in a, like a Toyota pickup truck. You have a friggin' glove box, you have AC, you have a place to listen to music. We have lush, rough feeling material on the seats. We have pleather carpet. This one happens to have a couple of what looks like mice turds on it. When the seats fold down, you have a cup holder on the back here. Ludwig loves Dunkin' Donuts.
This is embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
They're the same order.
Well, as my cousin from New Hampshire, you should know. Dunkin' Donuts, man.
They're good. They're good. That's what we do.
Starbucks.
Growing up, me and Jeremiah used to damn eat Dunkin' Donuts every damn week, and now he's acting like I'm a freak because I have a lot of donkeys in my car. I like Dunkin' Donuts. And should a man's garbage in his car not be kept off camera? Am I wrong? should that not be a sacred place? That is a sacred place. The passenger seat of a car for a man should be a sacred place left to the man. What's your order? I get a plain bagel with cream cheese. I get the egg white bites for a little bit of protein. I get a large iced cappuccino. I get 3 munchkins. And that's usually it.
We don't do
East Coast
Starbucks.
guys.
We're Dunkin' guys. Roll up windows, push locks. In the back here, we have a inline 4 660cc engine that makes roughly 40 horsepower. Pretty good. 660cc max. So for this to be a K truck, it's got to be under 660. We're not going to be needing this where we're going. Have you checked the oil ever?
Never, not once. Drives like a beaut. That's the thing about K trucks. You don't need to do all that.
You don't need to do
You don't
all
need to do
that.
all that. That's true.
So what's the original origin story of this thing? Why did you buy it at all?
I think I wanted like a dream
You guys laugh the same? Yeah, I mean, we are family, so.
car.
Original origin story of this thing. Why did you buy it at all?
I think I wanted like a dream car.
Uh-huh.
And I found a website called buycarsfromjapan.com.
Yeah.
And then I would just scroll through like almost every day.
Anyone, okay, this is going to sound crazy. Dude, my hair looks good. Your hair looks better now? Is that true? Everyone on YouTube said no in unison. Dude, it was like conclave. They were all on the same page there. Okay.
Right.
Until I eventually settled on the idea of getting a K truck.
This is your dream car.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, like from a look standpoint, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, they look sick. K-trucks have gotten incredibly popular within the last like 5-6 years. One, because
Did the guy who complained about what a latte was the other day say iced cappuccino? First off, don't fucking try to coffee max me. When we talk about Dunkin' Donuts coffee, all the rules of coffee go out the window. It doesn't fucking matter. You're at Dunkin' Donuts. That's how it works. Because you're at Dunkin' Donuts now. It's irrelevant. You just get whatever the biggest thing is to get the best bang for your buck that fits your sweetness desire and caffeine desire. That's it. And for me, it's the iced cappuccino. I don't know how they make it, and I don't want to know how they make it, because I'm sure when I find out, I'd be quite disappointed. Ever tried Timmy Hortons? I have tried Timmy Hortons. Yeah, it's pretty good. So that was my thought. I had it. I was like, yeah, it's pretty good.
they look.
If I was Canadian, I would probably talk about Timmy Hortons the same way I talk about Dunkin' Donuts.
super unique, no one has them.
Yeah.
And they're like pretty practical.
I think a lot of streamers that I knew, because they all, got a lot of money during COVID, left COVID buying some supercar.
Right.
And I rented a supercar, and I hated it.
Yeah.
I hated driving it. I hate the looks I got.
And it's if you scratch this or I see your mirror fell off at some point.
Yeah.
That you're not so hurt about it.
Yeah, my mirror fell off. I don't know if you guys can tell.
No, I like the ability to drive or, tap
Jigglypuff
something
thing
a
in
little
6
bit
months.
and not stress about it.
Now, this thing got taken from you. Someone took it from your beautiful Ludwig hands.
There's a huge rainstorm and shut out all our power. There was a guy who was stuck inside of our warehouse. And so someone came, opened the gate for him, left it open. That same night, the only night we left it open, in the rainstorm, some dude walked up, I guess tried all the door handles, found the K truck, found the keys, and drove it.
And took off with it.
And took off with it.
No way.
And so I just get a call from Yingo, and it's like, hey man, bad news. This is like within 2 months or 3 months of owning it. Yeah, it's
Oh,
a very
no.
short amount of time.
Oh, brutal.
So I
Left the keys in the car. I had spare keys in my car. Okay, does that make me a criminal because I have spare keys in my own car? That's fine. You can have spare keys in your car. That's fine. You guys are, see, the thing is about you guys is you've been corrupted by the uglier parts of society. And what you accept as normal, I reject. I think it is wrong that people steal. I think that's bad. I don't like it. I don't like that. Okay? So call it naivete. I like to call it trust and love in the world. Okay? The indomitable spirit of mankind, I believe that I should act in accordance to, you know, how I want things to be. And I want people to be able to put the keys in the car if they find that convenient and not have it get stolen.
I made a video about it.
Right.
And then, unbeknownst to me, like a small task
And I forgot I was there, so fuck off.
force formed. And they would just like tell me where it was at all times.
The sleuths came out and found it.
Just like legitimately geolocated. It got spotted, and eventually someone found it, called the cops, stayed with it, and then the guy ran from the scene because like he knows. You
Thank
know,
you to
he's not gonna
17 months
stick
lust,
around the
lust for
cops.
thrust.
So what's the ultimate goal with this thing?
My biggest problem with this car right now, it's a bit weak in power, which I don't mind, but I can already smell it. It leaves a patina, all right?
It leaves a little smell from.
It leaves a little smell.
Right.
And my girlfriend hates it.
So she doesn't, and if your girlfriend doesn't like riding in your dream car, then you got to make some changes.
Androgynous, thank you for the raw tier 1. Baggy
half the battle.
Sal's,
Right, you don't
thank
want
you
the
for the
smell.
prime.
You want to be able to locally commute,
Yeah.
right? I think the idea is to EV swap this thing.
Yeah.
Never before done.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
And you're tasking the big time crew to do that. So we're gonna make that happen. We're gonna EV swap this bad boy. So one, you're happy, your girlfriend's happy, everyone's happy, and maybe we'll put a security system in it too, just in the next time you see it, it's gonna be ripping.
I'm excited.
Your girlfriend's
I'm
gonna
excited.
love you.
That's the dream. If my girlfriend loves it, then I can drive it everywhere, every day.
Hell yeah. All right. Let's get it loaded up.
Yeah. Okay. How are we doing that?
Well, we have this thing, it's called a crane. We're craning a car into the back of the big rig. This is insane. What are we doing, man? Signing away my all
He seems so much cooler than you. I mean, that's what you get when you have an older cousin, bro. They're always cooler than you.
responsibility. It's all in my hands now, although it's in Dave's hands.
It looks like a fucking toy.
I thought he was gonna do it like the arcade games. The claw, like looking at the side of the glass.
Bring her down, Dave!
It is a toy. It is a car, to be clear.
Oh, yeah. And with that, we have loaded our first bit of cargo for the big rig. So let's get on the road and get the heck on out of here.
Ah, hello world.
Hello.
What do I feel like doing today?
How about I destroy your car's interior with my UV?
Not today, Mr. Sunshine. You and your UV rays are no match for me and my 303 car care products.
Oh, you got 303 car care? Oh, you can protect your dash, but I bet you can't protect the rest of your car's interior.
Yes, I can, because it's good for all of my car's vinyls, rubbers, and plastics. I can use it on cloth, vinyl, rubber. and-
Skip. You want me to skip the well thought out, high effort ad read from my cousin? You want my family to make less money? That's what you're telling me?
even leather. So eat that, Mr.
We're rewinding.
You can't protect the rest of your car's interior.
Yes, I can, because it's good for all of my car's vinyls, rubbers, and plastics. I can use it on cloth, vinyl, rubber, and even leather. So eat that, Mr. Sun.
Oh, well, you know what? I don't even care about your car because I'm going to gobble up every single other car that's not using 303.
Yeah, and what's more, I can also clean the stains
What's up,
out
Brian?
of my car with 303's interior cleaner. What do you think of that?
You think you're so smart, don't you? Well, guess what? I'm going back to bed.
Not only does 303 Car Care have products to help you defeat the sun's harmful UV rays, but they've got all sorts of products to help you keep your car nice and shiny. From the bucket to the soap to the foam cannon itself. So if you guys want your car to look as clean as mine, hit the link in the description below and get you some 303 Car Care products.
Okay.
Thank you guys for supporting the companies that support Big Time.
During our 400-mile trip in the big rig, we started to realize that we've never actually worked on an EV before. But lucky for us, before we get started on this sucker, we're going back to school. EV school. But before we can dive into the lab portion of this course and get our fingers dielectric greasy, we need to start in the classroom
Oh my God, look at it.
with some basic electrical engineering principles. Starting with Ohm's law. V equals IR. Nailed it. That's it. That's all we need to know. Next.
Okay, voltage. Oh, fuck, okay. Voltage equals I is that imaginary number times radius. It's impedance because of times resistance. I'm not a fucking idiot. Impedance is when you can't come.
Next, with EVs, you're working
So
with a different
don't
set
try ever fuck with me like that again.
of components. It's a different language almost. So you have to know what they are, how they work, and how they fit into the picture of a complete EV system. And whether it's an electric golf cart or Tesla, they all share these same components. Starting with the battery, and that's what's providing all the juice to power your EV. And there are small battery packs, large battery packs with varying voltages and corresponding amps, but regardless, these are DC batteries, and that's important to remember. Next, you have the motor, which is sucking up all that battery juice, and these are AC motors. So between the AC motor and the DC battery, you have what's called the controller or inverter. It takes DC current and converts it into AC current.
Why not just have an AC battery or a DC motor and then skip all the bullshit?
And that motor just gobbles up all that AC current. There's also a DC to DC converter, and that converts the high voltage DC current from the battery to 12 volts DC for all your auxiliary systems. That's your lights, your wipers, any accessory that runs on 12 volts. This converter is what's making that happen. Finally, you have your onboard.
An AC battery is hard to make. A DC motor needs to be really big. You guys are so fucking scared of the world. It won't provide consistent power. Because you build it bad. Elliot thinking the Prime, I'd build it good.
Charger, which takes AC power from the grid and rectifies it to DC to charge the vehicle's battery. And there's some other things like your ground fault monitor, your high voltage battery disconnect, and the contactor box. Think of this as like a circuit panel in your house, a box full of electromechanical switches that control the flow of electricity. And in essence, that's what this course is great for. Learning what all these components are called, how they work, and how they all talk to each other. And with that, we can start touching stuff. But first, learning how to touch this stuff so we don't die.
I am Bailey Soto. I'm a curriculum specialist here with Legacy EV, and this week I serve as one of the instructors of our EV Fundamentals program.
What's kind of like the program over a course of 5 days?
Yeah, 5 full days. You're gonna do electrical theory, high voltage safety, battery configuration, wiring an electric vehicle, and then you are going to commission an electric vehicle motor.
Dude, fuck. They had to do so much work. They had to do so much damn work. I'm out. I'm telling you, the abridged explanation fucking cooked me. I'm out. They said AC/DC. I said I don't fuck with that music.
So to perform an air test, you're gonna put the glove over top of the inflator, and you're gonna blow it up more than 100%.
Wait. AC/DC Thunderstruck. Were they? Are they electrics? Are they? Is their band named after electricity?
So this is just to make sure there's no holes in your gloves where electricity could get through and get to you, I presume. That's about 100%. That's what my hand looks like normally.
And then you'll stop pumping and listen for any leaks.
I think we're leak free.
Let's say we need to service a high voltage component. There could be energy in there that could harm us. So before we take our gloves off, we want to make sure that there's 0 voltage inside the component we're going to service. What's the first thing you do?
Turn the key off.
Yeah, we can't have keys in the ignition for someone to re-engage that circuit. And nowadays with fobs and apps, we say that this should be 16 feet away.
Yeah, cool.
Now, the user cannot re-engage the 12 volt circuit, but I want to make it actually physically impossible to re-engage the 12 volt. So I'm going to disconnect the 12 volt battery. So you have now disengaged the 12 volt or chassis circuit. So now we're safe at that point.
We're de-energized.
Dude, we're de-energized. Now we can lick everything.
Finally.
Dude, it's safe to take these off. Very nice. I apologize to the next person putting these on. Hopefully it's a little bit of time before they do that.
Luckily they'll blow them out to test them.
That's right, yeah. All right, Joey, you want to do some programming?
I think we have to. Everything's hooked up, but the brains don't know what to do.
Yeah, so we have to go into our battery management system and let them know what our battery pack is on a cellular.
Yeah, we gotta set some boundaries, we gotta set some voltage specifications, and it seems like it's pretty easy. It's just a little bit of coding, but we've got all the details we need.
We have to set CMAP A1, so that's the battery architecture. Now we have to tell it what our cell pack is.
Dude, I am lost. Can I say I am fucking lost?
P30S. Okay, great. That has been set.
Stop looking at chat to explain. I don't get it!
They give you all the steps, and you just
do it.
Can you read?
Okay, so Jerry's plugged in the battery architecture, so the system.
And you're like, oh yeah, that's sick.
You're firing up a build, you would want to do this commission with the wheels off the ground in your shop before and controller setting, spin sensor, commission the sensor, and then it's gonna be like, are you sure you want to do that? And you have to press yes. And all of that has to happen in a minute or less.
Dog, there you go.
There you go.
That's on.
Ignition.
That's on. Okay.
Now we can hear the contactors click. There you go.
Okay. Configure. Commission sensor. Ready? Boom.
And it's like, are you sure?
Yes.
Instant torque.
And since this is the first commission, you haven't actually programmed any settings of the pedals, so they're stock right now. So you notice it's coasting, there's no regen happening.
Right.
You know, it sounds like the...
I hate regen. Oh my God, regen sucks. Take it out of EVs. Don't take it out of EVs, but regen sucks, bro. It rules. It sucks. I'm a regen hater, bro. Explain. So when you drive an electric vehicle, there's a feature of all electric vehicles, it's standard now, where you will automatically feel the car braking, okay, while you're driving. But the reason that happens is because it uses the friction of the car braking to charge the car's battery, aka regenerate it. I don't know how it works. Don't fucking ask me questions. I don't fucking get it. I'm not smart. But that's basically it. When you fucking press the gas, you go, and when you let go of the gas, it feels like you're hitting the brakes. It feels like you're hitting the brakes a little bit. Without hitting the brakes. And then that shit gives you battery power. That's not how it works. I don't give a fuck how it works. No one gives a shit. I'm telling you, that's what it feels like when you're driving the car. Doesn't matter. Here's the end result: is the car feels like it's braking when you're off the gas and you get a little battery. That's what happens. Now you might know the nerdy reason why it happens. I don't give a fuck. I'll die not knowing. All I can tell you is, as a user, I don't enjoy. I'm not an enjoyer. Learn to use it. It's so much better. I don't feel like it is, man. I don't feel like it is. The thing is also, different cars have different settings, so it's not all tuned the same. So I've driven like 3 electric cars in the past 2 weeks. The first one was this K truck, and you know what? Actually, it doesn't have. I don't even know if it has much regen at all. It don't really do it that much. I like it. My K truck's great. Okay. I've been driving an EV Hummer, and it has the regen set to the maximum. When I let go of the gas, it dead ass feels like somebody has slammed both their legs through the brakes, and I feel it's going. That shit is fucking me up. I got sick with my own feet. My own feet made me sick. And then I did it in a Chevy Silverado, an EV Chevy Silverado. I actually like that one a lot. The Chevy Silverados was tuned perfect.
Brakes need to be bled, like it takes a long time for you to get any pressure there.
Yeah.
But all of that can be configured then in the software.
All right, we've commissioned a motor. Now what?
Yeah, what's the next thing we're doing? I don't know. They said the next test bench is out here. Whoa. So this is our next test bench, a rolling test bench at that, 19 or 20 feet long, and it's electric. So we commissioned the motor on the bench and did some of the coding. Now we're gonna take it one step further in a running and driving car.
That'll also be a good way for us to determine, hey, what is our range at full throttle for X amount of time, you know, if you're just chilling for a bit. So we'll
Dude,
get
what a
some
beautiful
good
car.
data.
Dang, this thing's cool.
This thing is so cool, so quiet. Now, Rob, what's your position at Legacy?
CEO and founder of Legacy EV. My background is industrial automation and electrical systems integration, and I grew up as a kid. My grandfather's gas station, full auto repair shop. Drove a Tesla P100D in 2018, and that was the first time that I connected my electrical knowledge to my automotive passions. And the K-Truck's been great. It's a fun project. You know when you think something's gonna work, and then it does or it doesn't? It felt like just everything we wanted to try worked. So everyone's
That's my
freaked out
boy.
about jinxing it now. They're like,
That's my boy.
The next things we need to do are, from the motor tab still, document the RPMs of the motor at the following speeds, 10, 25, and 40. So let's hold at 40 if
we're
you can.
40 right now.
Okay, that's at 3,000 RPM. So now we need to do a full pedal acceleration. Let's see what we get.
Okay, here we go. Ready? We're
Okay,
at 0.
Yep.
All right, went to 99.9. Okay, now go over to the battery tab and document the voltage at the floor, 100%, and we'll find the difference to document our voltage sag.
So this is going to show you the voltage sag of acceleration.
Right.
How much does the voltage drop?
So then we'll subtract one from the other and have our sag.
After a few more tests with Rob and his caddy, it's finally time for us to start getting our hands dirty and get to working on Ludwig's Sandbar.
We now have the task of taking all of this stuff and slamming it in the K-Truck.
Yeah, this isn't just a test bench. This actually can power a car, and we're going to prove it. Now, luckily, Legacy EV has been working on the truck since we dropped it off about a month ago, so they've made tons of progress. So I think we've got a chance.
All we have to do is just use our YouTube fingers.
Should be easy. It's all right here.
Yeah, you know, you got a couple of parts, a couple of things, a motor.
Some of the first things you'll notice is some new aluminum.
Yeah.
You got a big battery box here.
4P3S system.
What does that mean?
We have 14 of these packs, 4P3S, which is 4 batteries wired in parallel, and then
Wait, but this is the battery. Oh, okay. No, I'm dumb. Sorry. He's explaining that this little battery's inside of here. Okay, I get it.
those are in a set
I get
of
it.
3 series. And then that creates this nice bank of batteries that is going to power this sucker. This thing puts
What is
out,
that emote you are typing? Dentj.
I think,
Cheat sheet?
yeah, 155 volts.
at max charge for our motor, which is a 144 volt motor.
Yeah, we
Stop
have the high
typing
volt motor.
dentage.
So the one on the bench was 100 volts, same architecture. This pack should be able to go well over 100 miles.
Yeah, it would do. It seemingly would do about 100 miles in a full-sized vehicle, and this thing weighs next to nothing. So, and that's all Ludwig was really looking for. Something you can get around town.
100
in,
miles is
and
great.
I think 100-mile range would do you great in downtown LA.
This is the danger zone stuff.
Yeah.
So we have our high voltage junction box. That's a good word.
I made it up.
Junction box. So we're gonna have our charger, which is gonna mount right here.
Yep.
We're gonna have probably our DC
100
to
miles is
DC
great.
Yep,
converter right there, and then
Vacuum pump down here. Vacuum pump just gives us boost for our brakes.
and then they welded this nice cage around it to prevent you know, anything happening, especially in this area. This used to be where the engine was.
Yeah.
Now this is a front differential.
That's right. This was the front differential from the front of this Sandbar, and they creatively reused it here at the back to be driven by the electric motor, which now will sit up towards the front.
What's a differential? What is a front differential? Different speed for each wheel? Why would you want that? Oh, for turning, because the circumference when you turn of the outer wheel is going to be longer than the inner wheel, so you need them to necessarily go at different speeds.
Where the original gas engine was back here. So pretty creative. Here's where the motor will go. You can see they cut the original cross.
Yeah, I'm pretty clever.
And made some room for the motor. Added a little round tube up here to mount the top mount for the motor here. This is basically a big band clamp that just
I guess I'm
holds
smart.
the body of the motor. And then I think we'll have another brace that'll come across here to hold up the tail end of the motor.
And the motor will have a gearbox on the end of it, so that'll be right here, drive shaft on that, going to the now rear disc. And they repurposed
Shaft.
actually the axle. So if you look up here, we have no axles on the front.
This is now a rear wheel drive drift truck. EV.
Yeah.
Never been done.
Nice. Let's roll this sucker out. This used to have a cross member, but that's where the motor is. So they just reinforced it. Make sure we get some lateral stabilization. And also, it's a little bit of a protector for the motor itself. Boom. These little 3D printed cable management plates. Look at that. Nifty.
All right, the motor's in, the drive shaft's in.
I've never looked at it from
connected,
underneath.
so that's pretty much everything we have to do under the truck. So we need to put the truck down and do all the above stuff.
We're gonna install the charger, DC to DC converter,
Vacuum pump.
oh, install vacuum pump.
And
Can I say I didn't realize they did it all? Like, I know I gave BigTime the car. I didn't think they did all the work. I mean, they obviously didn't do all the work, but like, I didn't think they did any of the work.
board behind the passenger seat.
Right, yep. And then get it all wired
They
up.
got their damn hands dirty.
So I'm gonna be working at the back, and Jerry's gonna be in the cab. First thing I'm gonna do is put the cover back on our high voltage, get that covered up.
So just like on our test bench, we have a plate here that's gonna mount to the back.
That's their thing. I know it's their thing. I just figured for the EV, that would be like a different, they're not EV people.
At the cab, which has our relays, our fuses. We're just gonna link everything together. That'll go in the back behind the passenger seat.
All right, now it's time to install our vacuum pump. The only purpose
They're
of this
YouTubers. They're supposed to wake up at 1 p.m. and DoorDash 3 times and then go to bed.
thing is to create vacuum.
Maybe
to
that's
help
streamers.
The brake booster works so that you still have.
What the fuck?
The purpose of this thing is to create vacuum to help the brake booster work.
Why did it look like he had the largest hand a man has ever
So that
had?
you still have a nice, easy to use brake pedal. All right, now it's time to install our vacuum pump. The only purpose of this thing is to create vacuum to help the brake booster work so that you still have a nice, easy to use brake pedal.
Whoa, this thing's heavy. Heavier than I thought.
I do love saying it's heavy than picking it up effortlessly. Effortlessly and awesomely. Thank you, Sad Ghosts, for the 30 months.
Install.
That's right. This thing is pretty much an EV truck.
Okay, cool. All right, fully on. This light lit up. Well, this lit up.
yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
the clock is on.
Okay, great. All right, let's go a little. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Great. The babiest of movements.
Let's put the bed on.
Let's put the bed on, then let's take this thing for a spin. One of the last pieces of the puzzle now that the bed is on is we can
Dude, this car's
add
so
some structural
awesome.
rigidity to the bed itself by tying into the chassis. So we're also strapping down the battery box, but also
Thank you,
reinforcing
Kimchi
the
Woo, for the
bed.
2 months of Prime.
All right, now the bed's on. Time to put the plate on and cover up the goods. Night night, sweeties. Put my pan on, baby. That's it, huh? Look at that.
All right, Joey. Well, I think we need to do a pull.
It's only right.
Okay.
Thank you, Lucky Pants, for the 29 months.
Okay. Let Jesus take
And the
the wheel.
illest ninja for the Prime.
3, 2, 1. Oh yeah.
Yeah, all right. All right, it's pretty good. That is just a hair faster than it needs to be, which I think is perfect.
No noise is insane.
That
Yeah,
sounds
it does
awesome. You can
get
give it
tough to get used to. But I think they recognize that most electric cars that come out nowadays have a small hum. They add an electrical hum. I think it's all artificial. I'm not sure, though. Rats and Moose, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, man. I appreciate that very much. They legally have to add a hum. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. The hum is dumb. I kind of like the hum. I won't lie.
Absolutely love this thing. How could you not? Giving us some smiles? Yeah.
Tyler One hates you. First time chatter. Fucking jealous bitch. Sad that my best friend in the whole fucking world will never talk to him.
You get him some smiles.
It's pathetic, your life that you lead.
Is very cool. The speedo
Improve it.
works, but the fuel gauge,
Is the battery level.
that's so cool.
Really, the inside of this has been just absolutely factory looking.
Yeah, the only visible difference is the gear selector.
Little gear selector.
I think he's gonna be happy. This is gonna be a great little errand runner, go-getter.
Yeah.
We need one of these, like a little parts runner.
Yeah, this thing's awesome. Do you think we can get this thing on 2 wheels?
Yeah. Convenient. Come on, dude. Get her on the main. Wait, that's copyright infringement. All right, that's not what it's for, but it's pretty good at what it is for. So before we break it, we should get this thing back to Los Angeles.
Please.
We're gonna go test it, see if it does real truck stuff.
They're
and then
thrashing
give
my
it
truck.
back to Ludwig.
Unless we decide to maybe keep it.
We're gonna steal Ludwig's car.
Not again, bro.
All right, the Sandbar is back here in beautiful Los Angeles. Now, we're gonna go drive it to Ludwig's.
But before we take it to Ludwig, you know, he's gonna use this as a daily driver. So we figured we might as well test it before we drop it off. So we're gonna drive it from the west side of LA.
Thank you, Rats and Mouse, for the 10, 15, well, I guess the 10 gifted now, but the 15 gifted total for no damn reason. Thank you very much. Donut, thank you the 38 months. Thank you the 15 damn gifted. Thank you very much. Thank you.
To the east side.
Thank
Along
you.
the way, we're gonna do some truck stuff.
Shall we?
Let's do it.
In true truck fashion, this is a truck.
And while it may be small, it sure is mighty. These things are super useful.
For the sake of what Lud's gonna be doing, this is a perfect test.
Yeah, exactly. Stop and go traffic.
Go traffic, city streets.
Yeah, this is gonna be like his errand runner. Yeah. And it's perfect for that.
Okay, but I'm all about top speed. Let's see how fast we can get this thing going.
So that felt pretty quick.
That felt pretty quick.
Oh, yes.
Oh, sidewalk. Initiated.
This was filmed on closed roads.
Ah, downtown.
Beautiful downtown Los Angeles. I think you can fit a lot of stuff in this, and I think it's a good truck, especially for LA.
Well, you know what I need.
That's so funny to say this film with closed roads.
All right, timber. Okay, fridge, check.
This is how we normally sleep. There's no way this is gonna fit.
I mean, how else are you?
There's no way that's gonna fit.
Yeah. All right, well, it turns out the tiny truck can do truck stuff pretty well. We got a big load in the back.
Yeah, we got a fridge, we got a mattress, we got some Legos in here.
And we got room for more.
Yeah, so we're gonna drop this stuff off, and then we gotta go pick up an extra item for Ludwig as a gift and deliver him this truck.
That's right. Let's do it.
Later. Bye, Costco.
Okay, actually impressive. That's kind of impressive, man. Thank you, BB Shreds, for the 7 months.
This is like very tense right now. Yeah, I feel that.
What a cut. What a fucking seamless cut.
Oh! Look at her. Oh my god.
What a seamless cut.
Okay. Look at this puppy.
She's back.
She's
She's
back.
And she works.
I didn't even hear you coming.
Yeah, well, you know, we thought about modifying it. I thought, well, it's pretty funny if it's just exactly the same, but now it's just EV. Uses your same key as before. Look at this. Bam. You just turn it all the way to the right. Lights will turn on. Your fuel gauge is your battery gauge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Just have one single dial right down there.
All right. Yeah, simple enough. Drive, reverse, neutral.
Neutral drive.
And everything else.
Is this a new e-brake then?
Same one.
Same one?
Yeah.
Is it good enough?
Yeah.
Probably.
Everything else is the same.
Wait, what is this?
Check that out.
An automotive icon,
It's on
EV
the
builder's
cover of
guide.
a magazine.
Is this a real magazine? Yeah. You guys got on the front cover of a magazine? Is this your first magazine?
Tiny
Yeah.
truck, yeah.
Dude, they got on a magazine. Isn't that crazy? They're on a front cover of a magazine.
Centerfold, bro. Look at that. You feel great. How the f did that happen?
Come around here. Look at that. And then you have that's a standard plug. So
Yeah, I don't know anything about an EV is what I
you
recognize.
pull up
now.
to any EV station. If you go to Tesla, there's like a little converter.
We have one here actually.
Yeah.
Everyone bums it.
Speaking of EVs, we figured we'd also bring you a second EV.
Yeah, okay, I noticed this.
Yeah.
What is this?
With all your motorcycle trips, we thought, well, you know what? We could give you a motorcycle gift. So this is a Burrow Max, but it's got a special big time livery on it.
Dude, okay, this was a mistake. I wish they didn't give me this. Because everybody who sees this starts riding it. It goes 30 miles an hour. The initial like torque or whatever when you rev it, it's electric, but you know what I mean. Like when you rev it, it sends the front wheel up. It is a liability to have. Somebody's gonna get hurt, and I'm gonna get sued, and I'm gonna owe thousands of dollars. It's fun. But it is, yes, it is a pocket rocket. Yes, very much so.
EV bike.
This is for me?
It's for you.
Actually?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You want to take it for a little ride?
Yeah, let's ride in this thing. Let's kill ourselves today, man. Let's die in this.
I'll stay here.
Oh, one more thing we made a special t-shirt for you.
I can't believe you made it so fast.
Yeah, dude, we
Let me
did
throw it on.
You want to throw it on?
Yeah, please.
There you go. Sick.
The shirt's
let's ride.
All right,
fire.
let's do it.
Yeah, I like the merch a lot.
So we did test this out.
Uh-huh.
They tested it in Arizona for about a week, and then we did some testing here. We did a lot of truck stuff. So if you're wondering, can this thing fit a king-size mattress in the back? Yes, it can.
That's important because I had to drive a king-size mattress the other day. What else?
It drives on the sidewalk very nicely.
When did that come up? Like here, I can just pop up?
Yes, I popped up on that sidewalk if you need to like cut through. This is like the perfect type of car for an EV swap. You're not like upsetting any car guys, you know, you're not like, oh, I'm taking this glorious engine out. You're just like, nah, dude.
Yeah, there's no respect for the engine that existed before.
Right.
Outside of the fact that it had to be lower than 660
Right.
to fall within like Japanese regulations.
Right.
It's actually way smoother.
Yeah.
I don't know how that.
Well, because all that weight in the back is kind of like now evenly distributed.
It rides pretty nice, to be honest.
with the battery. So what do you think? What's your initial impression?
Yingo vastly over-exaggerated how scary it was going to be.
Well, it's tuned down right now, so we can tune it up. We can put it in like crazy mode and have it.
So, like I don't know, they did like they did some crazy shit with this I've never seen in an electric vehicle before. But the way it's tuned right now, when you press on the gas, it takes a lot for it to go from 0 to like 15 miles an hour. Like it feels like you have to grind through that first 15 miles to get any movement on this car. Which is like it's like a setting. It's an electrical setting. I hate when they do that. I personally love it. Because I don't like when an EV is really jumpy and it's tuned too high. Especially when I'm riding a vehicle as light as the K-Truck. You got to consider the K-Truck's a very light car. Very light. So you get too punchy going around. I'm not a big fan of that. Now the crazy thing about it is it feels like a rocket ship because it's slow to start, but if you keep your foot on the gas, it just keeps getting faster. I don't know. Maybe they'll put it in.
It'd be like pretty nuts.
I asked how fast it
I want
goes.
to punch it somewhere.
Yeah. Buzz by. Buzz the tower, dude. Give it the juice.
60? 70?
70.
80?
80.
90?
90.
Oh, close. 100? It does still drive fear into your heart when you go fast.
Well, because
It's a terrifying car. That was 100 kilometers per hour, guys. That was 100 kilometers per hour, which is still fast, but it's not, you know, it's like 65 or whatever. But going 65 on that is terrifying. It's terrifying. The K-Truck, I didn't realize.
Because there's nothing here protecting us.
Yeah. You think the airbags work in this car?
No, there is no airbags.
What?
You have no airbags.
What do you mean I have no airbags?
You have no airbags, bro.
I didn't realize I have no airbags. I didn't know that. I never checked. I just assumed there was airbags. I thought that wasn't an option in cars. I thought you just had to have airbag. Kind of like, are there 4 wheels? Are there 2 doors? Is there an airbag? Like, yeah, you don't have to ask. Those things are of course, are there. Trendy Dark, thank you very much for the gifted sub. That's what I thought. Not the case.
I think my big change is going to paint it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I want it fire truck red.
Fire truck red.
I think so, yeah.
I love that.
I've been missing this car, so I've been running to work. It's like 5 miles. I've just been
Are you a runner?
No. No.
Well, Ludwig, I hope you...
Thank you, Ben, for the 49
your,
months.
Your K-Truck.
Nice win, man. Appreciate you.
So sincerely, I cherish this.
Thank you.
This is just to be clear, my daily driver.
Well, thank you guys for watching this and everything else. Check out Ludwig. He's got a little channel of his own.
Are you selling this?
I think so. Yeah, I think we're
Buy this. Buy this with your money if you have it legally.
Yeah, we're not going to do a ton of these, so go to BigTime.com. Follow us, like, subscribe. Thank you so much. Love you, bud.
Love you. See you later, cuz.
See you later, guys.
Hey guys, before we go, we wanted to let you know about a little get-together we're having.
Next Saturday, May 17th, we're going to be at the Lighthouse in Venice Beach, California from 11 to 5. We got a bunch of new merch that we're dropping. It's the first time we're doing like a collection drop, a pop-up.
That's right. So we're going to have a little pop-up. We're going to bring the big rig, we're going to bring the S14, and we're going to bring the vibes. So be there or be square. May 17th.
Dude, the Mogi is electrifying the car because it's becoming an EV. Now you guys are going to type dentage because that seemed obvious to you, but I just figured that out, and I've owned it for about a month. Does Cutie like it? Yeah. No. I had her drive it, and she said she hated it and that she would never drive it ever again. So my whole plan of making my car an electric vehicle so Cutie would like it did fail. But I like it, if that's worth anything.
Smile.
How fast does it go? I haven't tempted it. I think it would go as fast as 140. I think if you go above 120, you'll instantly die.